My name is XLR and you're welcome to Extra Owner. So today I'm driven to think about Earth as a probability computer. Of course, you've heard the idea that we're all, every single one of us, living a dream, right? And so when you think about it, whether it's true or not is not so important. What matters most is the fact that um, uh, we can only create paths forward for our lives according to the possibilities that we entertain. Which means that you cannot really see the future if you don't envision that the future is possible. That's what makes dreamers. Because dreamers have to believe somehow that there is a future for them, even in uncanny places or spaces, even in the most twisted circumstances. They have to dream that there is a way out because they have a bigger dream that they are chasing after. So it becomes a thing where every man's mind is a cup of possibilities, right? And you can only see into the possibilities that you allow yourself to be open to. Most people come to life and see the social condition. They say get a job, get married, raise children and die. Some people have dreams that about even getting to the end of their careers. But then some people come up with new inventions. How do those people just decide, oh, me that I'm here just thinking about how I'm going to go to secondary school, or how I'm going to pass by exam, and somebody is putting together the elements of how to create a rocket that will fly into space, complete orbit, and come back and stand, which is what SpaceX is doing, by the way. See the distance between us, but even as an African, you must begin to appreciate it, marvel at such subtle distance, such how their life is primed for that guy's life, the rocket scientist's life is primed to keep seeing openness in his possibilities until for some reason he lands in a place where he's watching as their rocket takes off into the sky. A rocket helped build. Compare this with you just in secondary school, or you in trying to pass your exam, or even you just going to market to buy paper. Your understanding of what possibilities are like is so narrowed down to the small exigencies of a daily living that you cannot even think to begin to dream big. But then there are people who do. And so imagine the earth as a, because you must understand that all of us are a part of the earth. If you're familiar with the idea that the same way that um, apples fall from trees, the same way that humans fall from earth. So the earth, the apple tree is a thing that brings apple fruit. Yes? So the earth is a thing that brings human fruit. Humans are just another fruit of the earth. The fact that you fall out of your mother's womb does not mean that your mother is not a tree standing in the earth. So in that sense, not as if she's a tree per se, but in that sense, the earth actually produces us back, which means we are anchored to the earth somehow for support, of course, the food you eat, your daily living air you breathe. Imagine that the earth is a kind of a computer, possibility generator that is anchored to each of our mental processes. And all our mental processes really are just like sinking into it and being facilitated by it. Because actually, of course, a program is only our minds are fed by what we see on earth, not as if we really have any experience of anything else out there. So imagine that the earth is also alive within us, because I mean you'd have to be audacious to think that because you are intelligent, that the earth itself too is not as intelligent. That's just crazy. I mean, just think about it a little forward. If the earth can produce thinking beings like humans, is the earth itself not as intelligent or even more intelligent than us? Has to be. So if you think about these two base axioms, then just imagine that the earth is scrolling through the minds of 8 billion supercomputers it has generated and asking the question, how can I do better with my sacrifice? How can I create new things on earth? How can I open up to new possibilities? How can I create a path for my children to move forward? The children stuck in the dark, the ones that their minds are so fresh, plastic, need feeding. How can I keep moving in the only real direction that matters, which is man's freedom? because we're always moving forward. Between 1900 and 2023, we have had more progress in science and tech than the rest of the thousands and millions of years that humans have existed. So imagine that this kind of exponential progress keeps happening. What do you think will happen in the next 200 years? We are going to achieve what we achieved in 123 years. We are going to achieve more than that in less than 50 years going forward, because now we have all the tools. It's just what it is. I think this thing is called a something problem. What is Moore's law? Moore's law is a well-known law in computer science that says that the number of chips in a circuit will double every year, and we've learned to scale this explanation to accommodate the idea that processing power for a single unit of computer doubles not just every year but also reduces in size by half. And so we've seen this Moore's law in effect since the invention of computers till today, where entire computers that should have fit in a large room 30 years ago fit entirely easily on the palm of our hands. Moore's law is used to describe in computer science how fast we are advancing in the technology, and also how we're not just scaling up in computing power, but also scaling down in the general size of the computing units themselves. The most important thing to note here is the fact that we keep going forward somehow. We keep ambling forward somehow. You, as a person with your mind, are a space that the earth can pour in freshness, can activate, and can clear a path forward for its advancement. Imagine that the earth reads your mind, watches your every thought, and seeks to connect you to the right possibilities that you are harboring and generating. So what possibilities are those? You see, the possibilities we generate is what creates the path that we take in life. If you don't imagine yourself as something else, something new, something fresh, you cannot have that end. You cannot even have that future. You cannot even begin to walk into that possibility. It will bring itself to you, but you will not be able to take it. Like the story of the girl who became a model from just from selling pepper, and I'm sure you heard of the story. From selling pepper, someone just called her, and then next thing she's taking mad photos in studios and becoming popular. And then it only really happened because she said yes. It came to her. So we are only served by the possibilities that we're opened up to. So are you open up to the right possibilities? And what are the right possibilities in this situation? There are many ways to rank your possibilities. You can think about it with regards to your Abraham Maslow, with your basic needs, your selfish needs, your emotional needs, your need to achieve self-achievement, your need for self-actualization. There's this rank of needs that man needs to fulfill, or things he needs to fulfill. Where do you place in that? What I'm trying to communicate today is that the people who create a path forward for us are sitting at the ripest of the possible advantages of Earth. They are open to new possibilities. They are not weighed down by the particular professions that they are, or capabilities that they have already. They're not, when, for example, imagine an angel comes to answer your prayer in your dream. How do you want to get better? And then without thinking, you say, well, I want money, or I want power, or I want to get pass my exam. These are the smaller things, and yes, they will give you joy as a human. But the earth, imagine that the earth is actually really looking for somebody who will answer in a way that creates a path forward, not just for themselves, but also for the future unborn children, also for the kids that are born already that are looking for someone You show them more about what this earth is all about. Those kids are sending prayers without even thinking about it. And you are going to be the one to answer if only you are primed in that position, listening, watching, just like them. What does this earth hold for me? How do we find new horizons to explore? That's the difference between the person who stays stuck in roots and the person who breaks forward. They must wonder, what else is there? And am I involved? So to you listening to me, you have to ask yourself the question of all the 8 billion people in the world out there, right? How much of my how many people are thinking in a way to rid us of some of the most important problems that we have, the conflicts that keep us down, the conflicts that inform the minds of the children, that break them into political oppositions and create the same negativity that we face, that keep us turning backwards. How many people are thinking in ways to evolve somehow? Any kind of evolution is a step forward, even in the small thing that you're doing. How many, as you're thinking about how many people, you're also referring to yourself. How many of my mental processes a day am I contributing towards looking for any kind of light to renew, refresh me, to create the possibility in the direction for me that fulfills the dream for why I am alive, the genuine original dream, not the professional dream, not how to win everybody dream. Because you can keep winning, but then there are 1 million competitions there will be, and none will be master of all. Yeah, of course. I mean, Messi don't collect Ballon d'Or finish. Cristiano collect, and that person will still come and be collecting. Where is the most important progress of mine? Where does it lie? And am I open to the possibilities that thinking generates? Just being tuned, it's enough to be tuned to those possibilities. That's enough. That's all you need. That's all you need. To just listen to the possibilities of how do we get rid of the skullduggery? How do we get rid of the opposition and prevent them from being planted in our children? How do I open my brother's mind into seeing this world as infinite possibilities? That's how we generate the future rock stars, the future scientists, the future rock climbers, people who push boundaries. They start from early to be motivated into thinking in uncanny ways that their mates don't. So how do we open this freshness to the minds of the young, to the minds of the old, if we can? How do we stay open to that freshness, the freshness that the earth generates? How do we tap into earth's power? It's by opening into it, actually. That's the only way. By listening into earth's freshness. The only way to listen to earth's freshness is to be ready to be at those points where nobody else wants to stay. To exist in stasis, wandering, to dream. So that's just your responsibility and mine, and that the future that it provides is excellent. We can be the ones to set the new standards for how growth is measured. We can be the ones to bring what change truly is: freedom, not scientific activism or political skullduggery. You don't want to mix the both of them. Not it. We fly forwards into a dream unknown that shows us who we are, that holds us home, exploring in ways that creates adventures for man, that creates the new kind of seers, the minds divine. You see? So tapping into that vine is going to be what is wonderful. And I encourage you to join me. Tap into it. Every day, depersonalize from this person that you are, this lawyer, doctor, teacher, father, mother, seeker, creative genius that you think you are. Depersonalize from it for a second and anchor into a self that wonders what tomorrow will bring. What will it bring for me? How can I prime my mind for it? How can I pull the minds that are stuck in the gutter, pull them out, show them the lies that they are fed, so that because It's when somebody just breaks out of one wall that they begin to realize, wow, am I really surrounded by just walls? Is it just walls, 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 walls everywhere? That's how you create monsters that drive the only real kind of economy that matters. Thanks for watching. My name is XLR, and I do this kind of thing every day. If you want to see more, just like and subscribe, and I'll be looking out to seeing your comments because I want to have a discussion with you. And it's okay. Just reach out. Bye.